Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Don from 1A Auto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And the next time you need a part for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
In this video, we're going to show you how to remove and reinstall front door handle on this 2006 Chevy Impala. Pretty much the same as any 2006 to 2011. We'll show you the front driver's side. Pretty much the same procedure for the front passenger side. Tools you'll need for the job are a small flat blade screwdriver, 8 and 10 millimeter sockets, ratchet and extension, a T30 Torx driver, and a pair of pliers. Start by pulling open the door handle, and there's a little panel that you just use a small screwdriver to pop out. It kind of pries right out. And then there's another small panel at your door pull that pulls up and out. Using the same small screwdriver, pry out on the reflector at the bottom corner. And we'll fast forward here. Behind where you took the reflector off, there is a 8 millimeter screw to remove, and then there are 3 T30 Torx screws. 2 of them are at the door pull, and then one of them is behind where the door handle, the inside door handle is. Remove all 3 of those. Use a small flat blade screwdriver or some other flat tool to carefully pry on the triangle at the top of the door. Starting at the top front corner, pull firmly, and you'll start to release the clips. And you just slide your hand in all the way around and keep pulling the door and the door panel until it's free from the door. Once the clips around the outer perimeter are free, then you can pull the door panel up off the window ledge and out some more. Using a pair of pliers, there's little tabs on the cable housing. Pinch the tabs and pull the cable housing through the back side of the door handle, and then pull the cable up and out. And then there is a lock. You pull the white part of the lock back, which unlocks the connector, and then you can pull the connector free and take the panel off. Carefully remove the water shield. You want to avoid tearing this because you are going to reuse it. Reaching inside the door, you'll find a yellow clip. Pull on that with your fingers. It comes apart, and then pull that rod out. And you actually do want to remove that rod from the upper door handle as well. There's also another rod in the red clip up there. Can't really film it that well, but push back on it and snap it out. Okay, now there are 3 10 millimeter bolts. One pretty easy to see there, and then 2 others are further back. Best way to see them is to remove the little grommet around the door lock knob rod, and then you can see the 2 bolts, the 2 additional 10 millimeter bolts back in there. I'm using a 10 millimeter socket with a ratchet and remove that first bolt, and then we'll actually use an extension and go through that hole where the door lock rod comes up through and remove the rear 2 bolts. Pull out on the door handle, and then it comes out of the door. Okay, and then to reinstall, you'll want to make sure you switch the lock over to the new handle, pull out on the handle, and reinsert it into the door. And fast forward here as we resecure all 3 bolts. You'll notice we start the bolts by hand first. We can reach right in, start the bolts by hand first, and then tighten them up nice and firm with the 10 millimeter socket and ratchet. Okay, reconnect that rod. Okay, and like I said, we didn't show it earlier, but you do pull that rod out, but reconnect it up at top, and then put it back into the yellow clip, and lock that clip in place. And then again, not very easy to film, but you want to put the rod for the door lock back up into the red clip and pull it in place. Reinstall your water shield. To reinstall the door panel, bring it close to the door, re-engage the ball into the door handle, and then snap the cable housing in place. And now reach down in and reconnect your harness. You push the 2 connectors together and then flip the white clip up and over to lock it in place. Now be sure to line up the door lock hole with the door lock knob, and then push the door panel down onto the windowsill, make sure it goes on there correctly, and then set the clips around the outside edge. Now reinstall the 3 T30 Torx screws, one in behind the door handle and then the 2 behind the door pull. And then once you have those done, reinstall the 8mm bolt or screw that goes in behind the reflector on the back of the door. Finish up by reinstalling the triangle trim piece up at the top, the little trim piece that goes in behind your door handle, the trim piece that goes into the door pull cup, and finally the reflector on the back side. We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.oneaauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.